Welcome to my underground. Welcome to the other side. Take my hand and I'll walk you through. Show you where the words
Welcome, my friends, to a new interview from Cuentame, USA with Moncho Camano, the same guy. I can't find nobody else. It's me, the same guy every week. I'm glad I had different artists. That's what saves my channel, because me forget it. Today, we're speaking with I Ya Toyah. She's an outstanding performer, a really impressive live act. She combines a variety of music genres. We can name some, but they're not enough. We could say industrial, electro, dark wave, post-punk, uh, so much stuff, and I like it. So she's based in Chicago, Illinois, and she comes from Poland. Beautiful country. And it's a real pleasure to have her on my channel today. Anya, how are you doing today?
I'm doing absolutely great. Thank you so much for having me. It's been such a wonderful time recently. So, yeah, I'm doing very good. How about you?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm
It's good.
I'm lying. I'm doing horrible. No, just kidding. From for my viewers who don't know who she is, some guy probably in Mallorca or who knows, in Lima, maybe they don't. I don't know. We'll talk about many things, but for people that don't know who she is, if you type her name, if you type her artist name, I Ya Toyah, there's so much, plenty of information. You can find everything over there. You can see dogs talking about dogs. There's so much over there. You go to IYATOYAH.com, and from there is a big gate. It opens up, and everything is there. From there, you click everywhere, and you find everything about her. But we're gonna talk. We're not gonna shut the program and just leave because I told you that. So she just published her new album. It's called Drama. Came out October the 4th, I believe.
Yes.
And she's going to be embarking on a European tour for the first time, I believe. And she's ready to go, I think, very soon. She's almost there. She's almost over there. I got to tell her about a couple of items that she should check before she leaves, okay? Like I know. So, like I said, the album is great. I listened to all her. Let me first, before I start talking to her, I had no idea who she was in like maybe 3 months ago. So I don't know who she was. I was like, I Ya Toyah. I saw her on Instagram. Her appearance caught my attention. I knew she wasn't making music that I didn't like just by her appearance. So I click, and that was it. I was taken by her. I don't know what happened to me. So she also took a big tour this spring, and she went all over the United States, and she made it to New Jersey also. But because I had no idea who she was, I never saw her. You know what I mean? She was in Clifton, New Jersey, a club that I go sometimes to see some musical acts, but I don't know who she was, so I missed it. It won't happen again. It won't happen again, Anya. I'll be there if you ever show up around the area. So tell me, we're gonna start. Is there sometimes it happens? I don't know. Some people say it happens when you are on tour. You wake up in the morning. Do you know for sure where you are gonna be playing that day, or you know where you are? If you are in Illinois, if you are in Chicago, you are in Texas. Do you know every morning where you are?
Ha ha ha. First of all, there is no such thing as waking up in the morning on tour.
No
It's
such
just
a thing.
not. So, you wake up at noon or 1 p.m. And
Okay.
no, usually you absolutely have no clue. So, there is a schedule and there is posters all over the tour bus. Or if not, then, there is Master Tour app on the phone and just
Okay.
all kind of reminders that theoretically you should know where you are. But first thing when you wake up, usually you're just like, what's
Right. Your
going
head
on?
is
What time is
spinning.
it? Yeah, it's kind of surreal. And then
Yeah.
slowly as you proceed with your toothbrushing and
Right.
shaping your mohawk and
Right.
going about your hygiene, slowly you kind of like,
Yeah. all
It
the food.
clicks. Okay, today we
Yeah,
have New York. All right.
yeah, that's cool. Do you still have time to do some sightseeing? Go to museums or cultural places? Depends where you are, I guess, or
It really
you're
depends.
busy
So, like, uh, I want to. I always want to. And if I can do a little hike when I'm, let's say, in Denver,
hiking.
or go to market when I'm in Seattle, I want to do that.
Hmm.
But sometimes it's hard because, well, it depends. Depends on logistics of the show.
Right.
But between the load in and the sound check and like all the setup and like the merge booth setup, and also the fact that you wake up at 1 p.m. Sometimes it's hard,
Yeah.
but I do try. At least what I do, and that's kind of like a religion, is
Hmm.
check out the local coffee shops.
Ooh,
It's kind of a thing
coffee,
that I do, and I think on
coffee.
the next tour I'm gonna make sure that coffee shops are more highlighted, and this is more like a blog thing. Because so far I've been just like kind of going day by day, trying to survive while enjoying as much as possible.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
now I
Especially
know,
when she goes to Europe. When I walk around those areas, any place, we could be Spain, Italy, any place, you smell it. You smell the
yes.
cafeteria. You know where they are located. Just smell it. Here in the United States, some of them, those American coffee, you can go like this in the cup. You don't smell anything. It's like
You
some
don't
of them.
smell, you gotta Google. That's what you do.
Anyway, can we go back a little bit to your beginnings for some of my viewers who don't know who she
Of
was,
course.
who she is right now? So, if you don't mind, you were born in the city of, let me say, Łódź? I don't know.
That's perfect. Did you secretly study Polish? Because nobody says which the way they are supposed to. People say lots, lodge,
Yeah,
they say all kinds of things, but that's
yeah.
perfect.
I don't know. I only know a couple soccer players from Poland. You know what I mean? Like
Oh yeah.
Lewandowski.
Oh my God. Here we go. You took my language now. That's awesome. That's badass.
Yeah. So your city is very industrial, right? I don't know if it's textiles and all kinds of industry over there, right?
Yeah, exactly. So textiles were like the main thing
Mm,
for like centuries, honestly. And
mm,
then, there is right now, there is this kind of like post-industrial vibe going on where they
mm,
would recycle all the factories and make them something that's like a public space for hangouts, for shows, for restaurants,
mm.
malls. So it's
Yeah.
all amazing. It's all like red brick buildings,
Oh, that's what I like.
narrow streets, a lot of fog. And yeah, a lot of art. My city
It's
is very
big. It's a big
famous
city,
from,
right? What is it?
it
Maybe
is a big city.
maybe the third or fourth largest
Yeah,
one? I don't know,
yeah,
right?
it is a big city.
It's a
Yeah.
big city. And they
Mhm.
come big artists over there. There is a lot of them that come out. You see one, you know? Yeah, there's a lot of metal bands, I think, for Poland that I know about. Some of them that I know. And so I was going to ask you, there's so many questions, so I have to jump. When you started writing your first song, what were they about? Were they talking about, you were talking about boys, or you were talking about other things more important for you?
I've always on boys now. No,
No,
I would focus on, kind of like more internal,
okay.
and maybe even like mental spheres. Kind of talk about human condition a lot. So,
Yeah.
well, boys could be there too, but
I
it's
mean,
not
when you
about
were a
boys.
teenager, you were already talking about those
Always.
subjects
So
all the
yeah, my
time.
first songwriting began when I was about 10 years old,
Hmm.
and it would always be about my struggles. I didn't have like the most easy childhood.
Right.
So, to kind of like, it's hard to explain, but not that it was the worst childhood neither. I think
Hmm.
between the struggles of my parents to try and make it kind of bearable, regardless of their conditions,
Right.
and my own ability to be a dreamer and kind of like build my own internal universe.
Hmm.
uh, this was always a weird thing where I would write about things that were completely past my age, like an
Yeah.
old soul.
So you weren't showing those lyrics to your friends, or did you? Or
Oh
that
no,
was
because my
it?
friends would listen to like the stupid stuff. They would be kids, and I would not be a kid. I would have
Right.
my things. Yeah, I'm more a kid now than I was then.
You are in your early age now. So, talking about your early age, you started develop your music skills quite early, right?
Yeah,
Classical music. You start play piano, guitar, all the instruments,
yes,
right? You had a
yeah,
classical.
exactly. Like, yes, literally, the musical institute was the
Hmm.
part of my journey, was great. I mean, it helped a lot to like
Hmm.
kind of navigate, you know.
Right. So when was the first time you started to perform in front of people? Were you still?
7 years old with the guitar
Wow.
and the
Oh,
voice.
really? Boy.
Yeah, was so much fun. I remember this vividly.
Wow. You still remember?
I
Wow.
do.
That's unbelievable. Uh, I know you play in a couple metal bands.
Yeah.
Were they in Poland or in the United States? So all these were in Poland when you play in this metal bands. Also
So I've
possible?
had one in Poland still
Yeah.
while being at school. It was more
Mm.
like a hardcore band. But
Mm.
then when I came to America, I did have like a metal band that was
Okay.
doing quite well, Burning
Mm.
Eve. And yes, we've had some cool stuff happening to the band, but then it broke up. So
Broke up. She did the right thing, maybe. Hmm. I was going to ask you regarding because I did a lot of research on her. It takes time, believe me. There's a lot of stuff out there, and I don't know. Uh, Tell me about that accident because you were going to school and you had a car accident. Were
yeah.
you the driver or were you a passenger?
Oh,
That's
I was only 12. So if I was a driver,
oh
that would be like a problem.
oh you were only 12. Okay, all
Yeah,
right.
I
So
was a very young child,
okay,
teenager, I don't know,
all right.
adolescent.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was on my way back from music school
Hmm.
with my dad behind the wheel.
Okay.
And
Hmm.
yeah, he went into the street, the very busy street from a small street,
Hmm.
trying to get on, and the big car hit our small car.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did
Every
he get hurt a lot, or was you the
he
one
had
that?
concussion, broken legs,
That's a big
stuff like that,
accident.
kind of
That was a
really
big
easy.
accident. And you were in a coma for quite some time, no? In a couple
Oh
months,
yeah.
maybe.
I was basically announced dead.
She was preparing to come back and write more songs, I
I
guess.
mean,
She
this
was
is kind of
resting.
surreal, you know. I really was that. And I remember some like things that I was
Wow.
dreaming of or whatever until
Hmm.
today very strongly, very strong
Hmm.
imagery that stayed
Right.
with me from that time. And then,
Hmm.
the whole recovery that took like years, honestly, to be back
Of
in
course.
normal rhythm, uh, doing stupid stuff. Like you wouldn't believe what I had to do. Uh, Puzzles, like for 5-year-olds, you
Oh,
know so that put shape of a puzzle to the same shape of a puzzle.
okay. Like,
So things like this.
were you able to speak well? Were you talking with no problem? So you
I
have
did
to,
actually speak well right away.
yeah.
I've had problem with vision. I've seen triple for quite a while, and then it
Hmm.
went to double, and then it's
Wow.
settled to normal.
Wow.
Yeah, I've had nightmares. I've had like sleep insomnias. I had to learn how to walk because my
Wow.
legs were so weak.
Wow.
All those things. So yeah,
You could make a
quite
movie out
crazy.
of Anya. She could make a movie. Write a
Yeah.
book. Maybe later on she's gonna write a
Oh,
book.
trust me, the book is in making.
Hmm.
Like it's gonna happen.
Right? Believe
Hmm.
so. Hmm. You are very extrovert, I guess we could say, especially on stage. Are you an extrovert also with your friends, with any people else outside? Like you go to the supermarket and you can talk to anybody, or you don't really? Are you the?
Absolutely. I am
Yeah.
very like open to people and I connect
Hmm.
very, very easily with people. But it's weird. I don't know how to categorize myself because I have my introvert periods
Right.
where I would just, lock myself in my own universe and my own head or
Hmm.
whatever my own space is, my own bubble.
Hmm.
And I'm perfectly happy and fine in that space as well.
So you
So
could spend a couple days on your own, or a week if you have to, and not talk to anybody.
absolutely. Oh my gosh, yeah.
It would be fun to do that sometimes, I
It's
guess.
so weird, I do. And sometimes
Yeah.
I do. Sometimes it's funny, but I do that. And
Right.
it's interesting. Like I like spending time with myself. I don't know.
Right.
It's something.
Yeah. I wish I had the time to be by myself. Not anymore. I got two dogs. She has a dog.
But the
Anywho,
dog doesn't count though, because the dog has to be in my life every day.
does the dog know that you are a rock star? I guess he knows for sure. right?
My dog is my life.
I
Okay,
know about
so
that.
that excludes like humans are one thing, but the dog, every day
Yeah.
I have to have my dog.
I love dogs. We got two dogs. I got two dogs upstairs.
What
Sometimes
kind?
I got three. I got a Maltipoo and I got a Schnauzer.
Oh, so
And
little fellas.
oh, little guys, little
Barky.
guys. And my other daughter, she has a, what do they call it? I forgot. Bichon Frise.
Oh, they are
Dog,
so cute.
yeah, she has one of those. Sometimes we got three dogs in the house.
Nice.
That's fine. I could talk to them about politics and they don't scream and yell about that.
Trust me, they will not tell you where to vote and what for
Right.
to
They
vote
don't tell me
for.
anything about that. So I'm
It's
happy.
awesome. They just want snacks.
Oh boy. You also have an associate degree in music business. Am I right?
Oh, yes.
She has so many she went to so many college, she went to universities. I don't know. So much stuff.
I have master degree in politics, so yeah.
Politics. You see, I'm talking about politics.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I don't know. She has time for everything, and
I love education, so
she's
you
still
know.
young and still have so many years to do so much stuff. You know,
I might just go for another school too. I love education, but
that's
music
education.
is consuming me these days, so yeah.
I know music is your life right now. I
It's my
think
life now.
you
Yeah.
know
Fully on.
it's what
Yeah.
makes you happy. Most of it, just making
Oh,
music,
man.
right?
It's
Hmm.
everything. Yeah.
So prior to moving to Chicago, you have visited the city before, right? Because you came to Chicago, uh, you got established in Chicago in 2006 or 7. Is that why
Yes.
you?
Yeah. So I was coming in and out, because I've had schools to finish in my country.
Hmm.
So it was like, I was here and then I was there because also I had a green card at the time. So the
Hmm.
way it worked, you had to be in each country for half a year, which worked perfectly for me at that time
Right.
to be able to get my documentation in order. But yeah, but Chicago's been my city, and now I feel like, this is my home. This is
Hmm.
where everything is. My heart is here.
In
Yeah.
Chicago, and the weather is very. It's not similar to your city in Poland, but I don't know.
It's
It's
the
very
same.
cold. It's cold.
It's really the same. It's cold, then it's
Yeah.
not. I mean, then
Yeah.
summers are hot. Recently, the winters in Chicago, they are milder.
Yeah.
So, I don't
Yeah. It's
know.
like here in New York.
Yeah,
All these weather changes.
I know.
There's a large population, right? From Polish population in
Yeah.
Chicago. I think they came in the 1850s. They came before I did. I came a long, long time ago, but not in the 1850s. I'm an old guy,
So
man.
that's a little earlier than me too.
They came before that. Before before Anya was born. They came
Yeah, a
by.
little.
Oh boy. So uh yeah, you really enjoy living in Chicago. There is a what do you enjoy? The diversity more, the elements that the environment over there, too many things to discover. Is that why you caught your attention when you came to Chicago? Is that
So I fell in love with multiculturalism, like so many cultures that,
hmm,
this was not something that I knew when I was in
hmm,
Poland. And then suddenly here you go, you meet people from Mexico, people from India, people from Mumbai, and all of them have a cultural representation in Chicago, which
hmm,
is, of course, like in forms of art, in forms of music and food.
right.
It blew my mind. So I knew right away that I just love it.
That was the
And then
place
it
for
took
you.
me a moment to figure out, well,
Hmm,
perhaps I should just maybe move, you know,
hmm,
and make my life here in America, in Chicago,
hmm.
and not in Poland. Yeah.
But did you go often? Do you go back, or it has been a while? When was the last time you went to Poland? A couple of years?
So last time I was in Poland, was it, hold on, trying to think, was it before pandemic or after pandemic?
Hmm.
Must have been
Maybe before.
before pandemic, the very right before, the very
Hmm.
December of 2019. Yeah,
Oh, okay. Hmm.
yeah. So
Right.
I'm gonna be back now, while on tour, but the tour doesn't come into Poland. I'm gonna be very close.
Oh, yes. I
So I'm gonna
know.
just jump in.
I know. I know you're gonna be going to different countries, but I was gonna ask you about that. Now that you talk about that, you're not going to Madrid, right? Because the Frontline Assembly they are playing Madrid.
I think
Uh,
so, so I'm only joining for a couple dates with them. a couple shows, some like free Germany shows. There is a show in
Yeah.
Prague. There is a show in Hungary. And so, this is my very first time that I'm gonna
Right.
actually
Yeah. Well,
do.
we're jumping further ahead, but it's fine. It's fine. You guys could follow me. I saw her packing a bunch of boxes. I don't know what she has there. Maybe puppets. I don't know. I know she has all the electronic things over there. She has a lot of boxes that there's probably gonna be shipped soon, or maybe in a plane somewhere. I don't know. But
Oh yeah.
I was gonna ask you. Make sure that because in Germany they use 230 voltage, the
Oh
supply
yeah.
voltage, and here in the States it's 110, 120. So,
I know.
you already know.
Trust me, it's
Like in
big, big,
Poland.
crazy.
Yeah,
Big, crazy stuff for me to like create the experience that I do have here, present here with my live show, to
yeah,
bring it, there over the seas. So I basically have to create it from scratch because my things are just too crazy here. And they are
right.
also suited for this system. So I am shipping a lot of things and I'm gonna be building.
Everything but the dog. The dog is not going. I'm pretty
The
sure it's
dog?
not going. Is he
Not
going?
this time. You
Oh,
know that my dog looks like he's a puppy, but he's 12 now. So for me to haul him across the ocean for such a long trip, only to be very busy and not have time to give to
right.
him, is just too much, Not for this one, but maybe in the future,
Hmm.
I would still be able to take him with me, hopefully. I don't know.
Who's gonna be taking care of the dog? Do you have
Oh,
someone?
he's got the whole support system already in
Okay.
place here.
No,
He's fine, trust me. And
no
he
one of
has
those crazy hotels. I hope not. Oh,
no,
okay.
I would never leave my dog with
No, no,
strangers.
no, no, no.
Never.
I will never do that. That's why I'm like, I was concerned. No, no,
He's got the whole like entourage.
no. He's gonna be treated like a king, I think.
Oh, probably have better than when, maybe not better than when I'm here, but yeah.
Well, we can tell Anya has very excited. Excitement is running through her veins right now, and she's gonna be doing a great job over there in Europe.
Hope
I'm
so.
not for sure,
I hope so. I wish I
100%,
knew. I'm like,
100%, because I've seen so many videos. I've been going nuts, going on YouTube and seeing her videos, her live videos and everything. Uh, I'm for sure the audience, they always leave happy, 100% happy when after they see her play and do her show. It's impossible. It's impossible not to be happy when you leave after you see her. So I'm pretty sure in Europe, which they're more smarter. No, no, I shouldn't say that. They're not smarter than the US. They know their music also. You know what I'm talking about? So they'll be happy seeing her show very much. How long does it take you to set up a show like in the United States, to all your gadgets, all your pedals, the loop stations, or whatever you got, all the visuals, all the light shows? How long does it take you to do that?
so I do most setup off stage.
Okay.
I can do it off stage wherever I am. It takes about 10 minutes to set everything up, and then it takes about 2 more minutes on stage,
Hmm.
less than 3 minutes to clean out from stage.
I
But
can I
this
can't believe this.
design,
It's like
it
a
took me a
robot.
while. So everything is connected, and
Hmm.
I built light towers, and my big brain, I call it, where all my keyboards and my interface and my Furman power conditioners and my in-ear system and my microphone system, everything is already connected, and my laptop. So, and my DMX is, so for the lights. So everything
Right.
is already connected. I don't have to connect everything each time because
Okay.
it would take too long.
Hmm.
So that's a big convenience, but it took a while for me to figure out the design and what I need. It
Of
took
course.
some shows where I would be the one that is like connecting everything, and it just was insane. So then I knew that I have to build a system that works for what I do. And now I
Right.
have it. I have it here. I have to create one in Europe.
Right, right. Yeah, I see her playing, and the way she does it, it's like smooth, She knows where to click. It never fails, never fails. Everything is
So
perfect.
much practice, click in my
Yeah,
ears. It's
everything,
like tap,
everything's
tap, tap,
perfect.
tap,
She
tap, tap,
doesn't need
tap.
any robots like I don't know, humanoid robots to press the pedals for her. She can do everything by herself, you know. When you started your solo project, Anya, it was 2018.
Yeah.
How did it feel to make music on your own? Was it a little daunting, a little intimidating at the beginning? just one woman project in the music industry? Wow, were you
It
like a
was curious. More
yeah.
than anything else, it was a big challenge because
Hmm.
everybody around would tell me it's impossible to have one person
Hmm.
think. Like you can't perform just one person. And I was done with bands because bands would just break and people would quit or they wouldn't, it just wasn't working. And I just needed this career, you know?
Hmm.
I knew that that's what I want to do with my life. So I'm like, if bands don't work out, I have to figure something else out. You know, the definition of insanity is to keep doing the same thing all over and all over again and
Right.
expecting
Different
different
results.
results.
Right.
So I knew that no matter how comforting at the very moment it would be to start another band, I just knew that that's not the answer. I knew that I have to step out of my comfort zone big time and do
Hmm.
something crazy. And so I
Right.
went to school to learn music production and
Hmm.
all the things that I needed to have in my toolbox to
Right.
basically navigate through music business on my own.
Hmm.
And yeah, 2018 was definitely, you know, my humble, rough beginnings. I dropped a very raw, basically demo record called Blue, which
Right.
was just a need of moment and place for me
Hmm.
because mentally and, you know, it just was a lot that I needed to say at the time,
Right.
but I just didn't have the skills yet. So the
Hmm.
record is a very raw record,
And
which I'm still proud of, you know, honestly.
yeah.
Uh, yeah.
And you did a remix of that album later on,
Yes.
right? Which
Yes. Yeah.
came out really well. Hmm.
Which some songs are just like Rice Fulber is on it and Things Called. There is
Right.
some amazing artists that did great job remixing my
Right.
raw songs.
Hmm.
And then pandemic happened and there was two
Yeah.
years of nothing,
Right.
which I worked on another record and I dropped the EP, which
Right.
is much stronger, much better production at that
You're
point.
talking Under Fire, the EP.
I'm talking out of order.
Out of
Out of
order.
order, which was 2021. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
out of order. Out of order, which is like very heavily electronic, dark.
Hmm.
It's pandemic EP. Yeah,
Pandemic EP. Yeah.
yeah,
For everybody was really tough.
I know.
Tough time.
Crazy time, right?
Yeah. And which songs were the on the first LP, Code Blue? The I think Puppet, what is it
Yeah.
called? Was
Uh-huh.
very popular on that
Yeah.
album, right? There was a
Yeah.
couple songs.
Puppet
Uh,
Code Blue, these songs
Glass Eyes, right?
also very
That was
much.
a cool
Yes.
song. I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So you now call the shots. You decide which songs to choose for the album or the EP or whatever you're planning. And if it fails, it's all your fault. You take the blame, right?
I swear, I mean, you know, I started a record label,
You're
Fan Fatal
right.
Records, so I'm a, you know, owner of the record label now. And so,
Right.
yeah, I call the shots. I have nobody to blame if something goes wrong. I cannot say record label
Yeah.
or
What the hell are you
whoever.
doing, guys? Oh no, it's me.
It's the same
Okay.
person. I could wear different masks, but it's still Anya at the end of the
Yeah,
day, and I
Anya
have to
will
take full.
try to correct it if something goes wrong. You want to be in control anyway. Another advantage of being a solo artist, you don't have to fight with the other band members. You know,
I don't have to waste time for that. Definitely.
yeah,
That's
they don't have to
great.
show they don't show late for practice because it's only her. And they always shows up at the right place and never fails. So so that's a good thing about being by her on her own. But you have help. You know, like
Of
how many
course.
people go with you? Are going to Europe, Aria?
So I'm taking one crew person with me to Europe.
Hmm. Okay.
Brian, who is also my lighting designer, so he will do some lights at the venue,
Hmm.
uh, in addition to the lights that I will have already with me with my pre-programmed thing that I have.
Hmm.
He's also very skilled, you know, engineer and all that stuff. So he will help me build my things because I will only have this much time
Right.
to build everything. And
Hmm.
then there is gonna be a tour manager there who is from Czech Republic.
Okay.
And so the three of us will be I will have one more person that just was added. It's gonna be a media person.
All right.
She is going to be filming everything, taking photos of everything.
Right.
And then, yeah, I will have some cool stuff to share on my social media. So everybody who's watching it, please follow I Ya Toyah on
Yeah.
Instagram
Go to
because that's where
Ayatoya.
you will find all the cool, good,
Yeah. I see.
sassy.
I see so many photos of Anya. In Instagram, TikTok, it's everywhere. But I don't know which one is the best. I don't know. I don't know. It's
TikTok,
so much
Instagram.
stuff.
I mean,
It's
all
so
this
much
stuff is great.
stuff. So many
All the stuff
photos.
is popping.
There's videos for every song she published. There's videos. She's doing videos for every song of this album almost. I don't know if there is any left. I think Drama is the next video,
This
music
Friday.
video. Yeah, she's been publishing videos for every song of this album called Drama.
Yes.
Um,
10 songs, 10 videos.
and it's I haven't seen any bad reviews of anything she does. I don't know. I haven't seen any unpleasant reviews. Do you do you still think people still trust the opinion of one of those music journalists, or you think it's just one person's opinion on your for you? It's like I don't really care what they say.
I feel like people feel when something is genuine, when it
Yeah,
comes from your heart, and they just connect with it. That's how I think because I
right.
don't know. I don't feel like I'm anything special. Honestly, I'm just me. I Ya Toyah.
I had
But
hmm.
I'm definitely genuine. So, if that translates, that means everything.
Believe me, like I told you guys, I have no idea who she was, but I don't know what she did to me, but I really love her music. I don't know what she did, you know. Uh, there's so much stuff that like in the last we can talk about the drama, your last album. Is
Mhm.
co is a co-producer, some guy named Walter Flackes, right? From
Some
the
guy.
Stabbing, some guy. A lot of people know him, right? From the
Yeah.
band Stabbing Westward. He's a very popular guy,
Yeah.
so he knows what he's doing. I
Oh,
think.
yes, definitely. Oh my gosh. He's
Yeah,
amazing.
it's amazing, right? I don't know. That's why Anya knows what to do. She chooses the right personnel to work with her.
Oh, no.
This is a very deep and personal album for you, right? Uh,
Yeah.
why do you choose drama as the name of this album? It's,
Because of the times we live in,
it's okay.
everything is drama these days,
Okay. Hmm.
and it's emotion. So, the drama can be something as it's very exaggerated
Hmm.
and too much,
Hmm.
but also it can be an emotion that lives within us, right?
Right.
So
Is
I
it?
just wanted to kind of almost provoke with the title a little bit, like,
Is right. Is this like some kind of conflict, an emotion, but inside of you? It's like some internal fighting also. I don't know.
oh, what do you think? I
What are
mean, isn't
those?
it in all of us?
Yeah.
I'm a one big controversial conflict 24/7. It's like that thing.
Yeah, there are danceable tracks, there are heavy riff guitars, there's so many styles all blend together. It's like I'm making a stew with different ingredients, and comes out really good. It tastes beautiful, great taste of
Thank
those.
you so much.
Yeah, there's a lot of songs. I enjoyed all of them, but there's a couple that I enjoy more than others. But that doesn't mean that maybe next week there will be the other ones that I like the most, and then the other ones I leave behind. You never know. I do that all the time. But I like Afterlight, which is the first song, I think.
Yes.
Afterlight. I really enjoy that song. Denial, which she plays live like I don't know, hurricane, I guess. Uh, the last song, Crashing Comet, I like that one too, you know. But
Yeah.
I like all of them. I just don't know. Right now, this week, those are the ones that I listen the most. I don't know. It's just me. That doesn't
That's
mean
so
they're the
cool.
best songs, but they're great songs. They go in the ear, go inside, they stop. They don't go through the other ear like nothing, like a fucking wind. No, just stop, and I think, and then they come out. They don't just go by like. So I really enjoy it. It goes great to the ears. And
Thank you so much. That means
yeah,
everything.
yeah. So I really enjoy her album Drama. But you can go back and listen and take a listen to the other albums. Uh, she has a lot of EP. She has EPs. She likes and putting a lot of singles. So when you go like I don't know, Apple Music or But you could go to Bandcamp, you know. I think
Yes, that's where everything is.
that's
All
where
the EPs,
everything
all the albums,
everything is there.
merchandise and fashion. I even make lipsticks like this one.
Yeah, you see,
Yeah.
she has everything.
I have hustles too. Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much stuff that you can go Bandcamp better than because I went to Spotify. I shouldn't do that, but that's how
I mean, go to Spotify too,
yeah,
please,
go. But
because
you know,
that
but
matters.
if you want to listen to their albums right away, bam, 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 go ahead. Go to go to Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, Tidal, all those
Yeah.
places. They have her music out of order. I'm the Fire. They also it came out in 2023, I think. Yeah. Was it? Am I
2024.
mistaken?
This
24?
year. Uh-huh. It
I'm
came
the
out this
Fire.
year. The EP came out this year.
Hmm.
I dropped this EP in April.
It
Yes.
was April 2024. Okay.
Hmm.
The Five
Yeah,
Songs.
but you know what? Why probably the number? Because Panic Room, the first single, that
Panic
is
Room.
also on it, and its remix. I dropped them
Okay.
as singles in the end of 2023. So,
Hmm.
there's like this discrepancy. But yeah, the EP as EP dropped
Okay.
this April.
Yeah, and there's also the Ghost EP. Is that the one where you play piano and all those?
There is a piano and the vocal only, nothing else.
Right. Very
Yeah.
different from the other ones.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
different.
Acoustic and hunting.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Piano versions of Pray, Code Blue, Time Machine.
yeah.
So much stuff. And it's only been like a couple years since it started. I don't know. Maybe by 2040, she'll have 25 LPs or whatever. Who knows? It's gonna be hard then for me to listen to everything. It will take me a couple months to make another interview with her because so much stuff after that, you know, to research. So she won't stop. She won't stop. I don't know.
Good stuff.
It's a machine. It's a time machine herself. Time. So like I said, this album is a great album. And it's a blend of many styles. Also, the album itself, drama. So much stuff, you know. I really enjoyed the album. I would suggest you to buy it. You know, you can listen to it, but after that, you should buy it. What the hell? How are you still gonna feed the dog? It needs to eat.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like those dogs, they small, but they eat a lot.
My dog eats fancier than I do. I mean, he's a fancy little fella. He eats bison, raw
Oh,
bison,
you
raw
see,
duck.
like my dog.
I eat potato and egg.
Oh, those dogs. They take my so much time off my life. Those dogs. Like for her, it's the same thing. You know.
Trust me, I know this and I love it.
I
And you
love
do too, of
dogs. I
course.
love dogs. I used to have cats when I was a young teenager, but now I got dogs. Cats I love also. You know, they will follow me. I had a cat. It followed me to the store in the morning.
Oh,
I
that's
would go
awesome.
to the bakery and the cat will go behind me. I don't know if I was expecting a sandwich or something, but
I'm
every time it
sure.
will come with me, walking behind me and
So
going home.
cute.
You know, I always remember that.
Yeah,
There is
that is
no,
so cute.
there is more in, yeah, they're like people. There, some people they don't even deserve to be. Well, whatever. The dogs. I like dogs. So, so tell me about all those videos you're making because you really make so many videos of you try to uh, show people what the, you know, besides listening to her music and the lyrics, she explains it in the videos. It's like an explanation of every song. So when you write these songs, first of all, is there a special time during the day, at night, in the morning where you feel like you're more prolific writing lyrics? Or it just come out at any time? You go to the supermarket and it just shows up and you're like
It will. So I will
looking for a pen.
drive the car and
Right.
suddenly it hits me. Or I will be cooking. Oftentimes yeah, I cook and suddenly I'm like so relaxed when I'm cooking. And
Hmm.
this will start hitting me and I'm starting to sing and I'm like, oh, I like this. I need to
Right.
register this right away. And I'm recording it on my recorder.
Right.
The ideas for lyrics or melody, or even a drum idea, a drum beat, or a bass line. I have to record all this right away and then I name it. and it stays.
What happens if it casts you in a very different, some place that you like, you don't have anything at hand, and you're like, oh man, I don't hope I don't forget. Or maybe then when you go back to it, it's totally different than what you
Oh,
thought.
you forget.
You
I swear,
forget,
this is like
right?
that moment. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
right.
had that happen before, and then I cannot recover this. But I guess it's for a reason, because
Mm,
the ideas keep coming. And
right,
a lot of those ideas that I do register, they change so much when I take them to the studio. And I sit
right.
down, I start, building a song,
Mm.
and then yeah, it just changes the shape.
Do you have a lot of stuff written, and you just put it in a drawer somewhere, and do you forget about it, or you
Yeah,
go back and you go through some stuff and you're going, oh look, I don't even remember that I wrote this. I don't know.
a lot of this. I swear, so much, so
Yeah,
much. If
right.
I had the time to make songs of all the things that I have, the world would be full of my songs.
So for this album drama, did you had extra songs that you weren't sure if you were gonna release, or you're like, I want these songs and that's it, or you were still
The lyr
undecided?
Oh my gosh, there's so many more ideas that
Hmm.
I was gonna use for this record,
Hmm.
but then they just didn't make it. And then a couple of them were produced as demos,
Hmm.
one of which didn't make it definitely. Yeah, it just wasn't a fit. Yeah, but
It may work
ultimately,
out for another album or from other, right? Or maybe release it as a single somewhere.
maybe, or maybe just let it go. I feel like there is a time and place for everything, creatively especially.
Right.
I know that I'm growing, so by the time the next record season will be or next single, I
Hmm.
probably will be just slightly different person, and
Okay.
perhaps there will be different things that I will want to talk about or express them differently. So I really
Right.
don't sweat it. I don't cry over those songs that I don't release. I think maybe some of those lyrics. Maybe I will just release in a different form in the future.
Hmm.
You know,
Right.
maybe I will just do either acoustic or
Okay.
maybe just written. Maybe, give them to my super fans.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. Still, who knows, right?
Yeah.
Do you show these lyrics to anybody before you do anything with them, or it's just for you to see?
Usually it's just for me, and
Hmm.
then I shape them into songs.
Hmm. Do you
And
feel like you are 100% honest? You take your mask completely off when you write, or there are things that you don't want to tell?
so a lot of those things I would conceal.
Hmm.
So the way I write, sometimes it's not that obvious what I'm going through.
Hmm.
Uh, because I don't want them to be so obvious. But it's
Hmm.
still the way I can be as transparent as possible. And
Okay.
it still is that very, very, very emotion that I feel. I don't think there is a way to give more of it. It's just the way you give it,
Hmm. Hmm.
if it makes sense.
It does.
Luckily, a lot of people say that they can feel the pain when they listen to my music.
Right.
So I think it does convey. Because I mean, I'm not reserving anything or holding anything back.
Hmm.
Uh, but I'm not also don't want to be cliche, if it makes
Right.
sense,
I
and be
understand.
just like straightforward. You have to
Yeah.
like kind of wrap the meanings.
Right. You. I mean, you cannot just replicate somebody else's lyrics and tell about the same thing. You gotta tell
Yeah,
your own story. So
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Yeah. Is there a specific time that you where you feel like you write more, like in the early morning or at night? Do you, or it really makes no difference to you?
It varies. It makes no difference. There could be early morning when I
Hmm.
wake up before even coffee. I'm already like, wow.
Okay.
Uh, Sometimes at night, during the day. I mean, it really is all over the place. I just write all
Okay.
the time. It's crazy. If
Hmm.
you've seen my storage on my phone, where
Hmm.
I keep my, notebook for the lyrics and then my recorder for the ideas, there is things I register like almost every day during the weird
Hmm.
times of the day.
Wow. That's unbelievable. Um, when you see her, also your outfits on stage, they're tremendous. I think they're really well thought. you know,
Thank
they
you.
go well with the music. Just besides hearing music and the visuals and behind her and everything, the outfits they take a lot of she. How tall are you? I was going to ask you. Are you're a tall person? You look so tall on
I'm so tiny because I'm skinny too. So on stage, I think maybe that's why I'm 5'4".
wow, she looks like 6'2". I don't know.
That's awesome. I recently started wearing bigger shoes on stage, but the
Hmm.
whole tour for the spring tour, the whole 2 month tour, I was wearing a smaller heel. Now I
Okay.
upgraded to this, and my metro show in Chicago during the Cold Waves Festival. It was first
Right.
time when I performed in this, and it felt so good. I am going to continue doing
She looks
that.
so cool. She looks so tall. I thought she was like Elton John when he had those platform shoes.
Also, thank you so much that I'm tall, at least on stage. My whole life, I'm this tiny person.
Well, she looks big. I had never seen her live. I hope to see her. And she looks large. Maybe it's the music she makes. She makes her large. I have no idea.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. She plays the
I get to be
guitar.
I Ya Toyah the large for one day.
Yeah. She's an athlete. She's in good shape. You have to be an athlete to do what she does. She cannot just, hang out and eat what she likes. I don't know. She's in great shape. She moves
You
like
have to
a.
work out. That's what
Yeah, I
this.
know. She's a tough lady. I wouldn't get to any arguments with her. Let me tell you. She plays all the instruments. She plays the guitar. She plays keyboard. She plays all those pedals. So much stuff going on, and she takes care of those visuals. There is a friend of yours that does a lot of them, right? What's his name? Joel. It's a Spanish name. I forgot.
Joel, yes,
Joel.
Joel
Yeah.
has Spanish origin.
Yeah.
Joel makes all of my Joel of Lumbra Productions, because my great friend also he
Mm,
creates all my life stuff, so like we will build my background visuals that go exclusively for my live shows. We
mm,
build these together. He's just an amazing creator
yeah.
that really understands what I need for those visuals,
Mm,
and they play big part for my live shows. Like I would not play a show if I don't have the ability to set up my visual. I will not play a show because
mm,
it's such a big part of the live show experience of my
right.
performance. So
Mm,
Joel does this, and Joel also does a lot of my live videos. So like live capture from my shows.
right. Mm,
uh, yeah, during the tour that I've had, the 2 month tour with Orgy and Cold, Joel wasn't able to come on the
okay.
tour,
Mm.
but we would still film. I would set up cameras on my lights,
Oh,
and
okay.
my Danesh, who was on the road with me, who was my tour manager, like my roadie and
Mm,
mental support, and million other things. Danesh
right.
Kotari, who's my dear friend as well. He
Mm,
would take some footage with his cell phone, and then we would combine it all at the end of the day and send it to Joel.
mm,
Joel would edit through the night, and next morning I've had a video to post. So
mm.
that's how,
Big part,
yeah,
Joel. Mm.
Joel is
Did you meet
amazing.
him in school? How do you meet
Yeah,
Joel?
he was
In
studying
school?
with me. We were at the same class.
Huh.
So we would both go to, music business class and then the audio
Mm,
engineering classes. We've had video production class too, but I've just
mm.
been a lousy video producer. And Joel is amazing. So yeah,
Right.
I'm just
Mm,
happy to have him as part of my team.
yeah. Like I said, she chooses the right people.
That's
Mm.
it. That's
She
what you
knows what
gotta
she's
do.
doing. Yeah, you gotta find the right people. You gotta find them first, but uh,
Yeah.
there's a couple of things that I want to touch before we leave. But there are very important things for her, and there are things that are important for me also. So we're gonna talk
Mhm.
about. We're gonna start with the animals because she has a lot of love for the animals, and also there is like the Animal Hope and Wellness Foundation,
Yes.
and she's very into that. I like people that they love animals. So tell me how about that foundation, and was your dog Bennett your first dog you ever had, or you have other dogs previously?
I've had another dog as my childhood dog for the
Okay.
whole 16 years. Tango was his name, and he was my best friend growing up.
Hmm.
And then, he was old. And then I wouldn't want another dog because my
Right.
heart was broken.
Right.
But then I saw a picture of Benek, and he needed home immediately. He was, in the shelter already 2 times, and
Hmm.
I saw his face, his eyes just kind of pierced right from the screen. And I
Hmm.
felt this connection, and I'm like, I need this dog. And
Right.
I contacted the lady who made the post, and
Hmm.
next day I was picking him up.
Wow. That
And
sounds.
we are
That was
inseparable.
it. You're like a one, two in one
He
package.
is my everything, So I learned that he's been through abuse and very difficult
Hmm.
life before we found each other. And so immediately, I became even more sensitive to these matters that always bothered me and they were always
Right.
important. But now it like just became even closer, because
Right.
of him.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, she's very into that. Another thing is, if you talk about your activisms regarding mental health and
Oh yeah.
emotional, psychological, and social well-being of everybody, um, it touches me also. Well, my daughter, she's a psychotherapist also. She has a practice. So,
That is awesome.
yeah, she does that. And, I'm not going to tell you my story. No, just keep it. But,
I'm curious.
there are things we'll leave it for next time when, like, she has nothing better to do than talk to me, which is going to be never because she's so busy. So I will never have to talk about that anyway. But tell me, you became a Phil advocate, I guess, since 2018.
Yeah.
Uh, I believe 50% of your physical albums go to the association, right? I believe
Yes, of my previous record. So
your
my new
previous.
record, I
Hmm,
started my own
okay.
activism foundation, and now
Okay.
I'm making the bracelets
All
that
right.
988, the crisis
Okay.
line bracelets.
Hmm.
And basically, these are like awareness bracelets that
Okay.
people wear, and they kind of remind them, hey, you're not alone, You're not alone in this world.
And
And
you
I've
carry.
heard from multiple people who received the bracelet because I give them away for free.
Oh,
So
okay.
anybody who reaches
I
out,
was going to ask
I will
you.
send them to you. I will cover the postage as well.
Hmm.
Just send me email to iyatoyah@gmail.com
Hmm.
and tell me how many bracelets you want. Give me your address, and you got it. And people reached out to me after they
Hmm.
received those bracelets
Hmm.
that, they would be in the store with the bracelet. And the lady who was scanning their items, she
Hmm.
would spot it and she
Oh.
would tell them, wow, thank
Hmm.
you. I need this
Oh.
today. Something
Oh.
like this. Like the stories that I get from people, they're just mind blowing.
I
They're,
understand. Sure. Hmm. You
yeah.
carrying these bracelets to Europe also? Are you carrying them with you?
So,
Or?
the number only works here, unfortunately.
Ah, okay.
It's the
Makes sense. Makes
national
sense.
number.
Yeah,
So there is not much.
988 for everybody. Lifeline,
988, yeah.
call or text. 988.
But I wish, and I'm gonna inquire what they do there because I know, for example, I'm gonna be in Czech Republic, and when
Hmm.
I read statistics for Europe and depression and suicide rates, Czech
Hmm.
Republic has been number one
Really?
leading country in suicides. So I'm
Hmm.
curious to learn more about what they do there and how they, aid the social
Right.
problem and just what's being done, and maybe there is a way I can contribute. There's more than just with my music,
Right.
I'm
Very
very into
interesting.
this, and I will definitely.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, I was a little hesitant to ask a question, but I don't know. Maybe I should. Uh, the project, I Ya Toyah is about many, many things,
Mhm.
But could it also be like a homage to your mother from your part?
It's very much so, I mean, I am
Mm,
here because of my mom. She gave me life,
mm.
and I lost her to suicide.
Yeah, she died
So
by
here is the whole
suicide.
mental
Yeah.
health angle that is inseparable from everything that I do now because of that.
Hmm.
It's also why I began doing my project, I Ya Toyah project, because I've had
Hmm.
all these, loads of emotions and internal struggles and questions that were never answered,
Right.
um, and a lot of pain. And that
So
is
it's
something that,
yeah,
you know, it's
it's
just there. Like you cannot, as a suicide loss survivor,
yeah,
you can never fully escape that pain. You can never get rid of it. So that is in a big ways my therapy,
right.
ayatoria, and the music that I get to create is my way of dealing
Yeah.
with
Sure.
with this loss, with the problems, with that kind of just distortion that is there. Yeah.
Right. It serves you as mental healing for yourself and physical health.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I
Yeah.
really so that's why she's so kind. She feels is a kind person, I think. Probably you could talk to her. She'll probably, about anything, and she'll have an answer, and you can get into any conversation. She doesn't mind. I think.
I do not mind.
She doesn't
Why
mind.
would I mind?
She could talk about anything. As long as yeah, she's a kind person. What can I say? She shows acts of love to everybody.
Well, isn't life about that, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
we need more Anyas. We need more. Well, no, we don't need the same replica because then she'd be playing exactly the same music, and we don't need that. She's the only one, you know.
I don't need,
And you don't
the
need
rival.
copycats. She doesn't need copycats. Forget it. Don't even bother.
But
We got
these
one.
days, honestly, there is so much going on. So, like, on Instagram, there is those fake profiles people create
Yeah.
of artists. So, like, there might be another I Ya Toyah that I will have to ban, like reach out to Instagram, or
Yeah, I see
just
that
this
happen.
modern world problems,
Yeah, that's what we need. And the industry, music industry, changes so fast. With
Yeah,
streaming and all the visual contents. The artists have to keep making videos and music constantly because they forget. People forget. It's the new
forget.
model, I guess, right, Anya?
Isn't it crazy?
It's crazy.
Yeah,
It's this sometimes the easiest stuff to grab is not the best. It's just stuff. It doesn't mean it's the
and
best.
kind of
And
like attention span of people
yeah,
is
people,
also very
yeah,
weird.
overconsumption and under appreciation, I guess, because they don't appreciate the stuff, how it's made, and how long does it take. You know. So for me, I'm an old guy, not from the 1850s, but you know, I'm the guy that buys used to buy the records. I still buy some records on vinyl and look at them and like they used to do. Spend time finding out who wrote the song and who's this person, who's the other, who's their guitar player, and all that, and listen to the music. If you had only a couple records, you'll be listening to the same artist over and over. Now it's like 2 seconds, jump to the next, and you
Next,
forget.
right?
You forget who they are. It's sad. I think. It's
Yeah.
like Anya. I go on Instagram, I see her face. If I don't see her face, I probably wouldn't know who she was. I would pass away, go to somewhere else, maybe the place where I was born, who knows where. But I will never find I Ya Toyah. It only takes like a couple seconds, and nobody knows who she is.
Well, thank you, Instagram.
Yeah, at least they do one good thing. A lot of bad things, let me tell you.
Oh my God.
But they did one good thing. Same thing with music. So I really enjoy her music. If you type, Google it, or Bing, or whatever, DuckDuckGo, whatever you want to use, you put I Ya Toyah, you're going to see a face, her face, and the website will show up. If you type all around great person, her face shows up also. Yeah, it does. I checked. She comes, the picture, with her smiley face and the outfits.
Yeah.
So you can do that. Do whatever you want, but find her, listen to her music. Bandcamp, buy her stuff. You won't regret it. And, then you can talk to me and tell me if they're any good, And you can talk to her also. Write her a couple of emails, and see, she'll answer them.
Yes.
Tell what you think. Tell her what you think about her music and what she's doing. She
I
needs
know.
back and forth people talking to her. And if you are in Europe, go and see her, please. She's gonna be in the Czech Republic and Hungary. She's gonna be in Germany. She's everywhere. It's this is only the first time she goes to Europe to play. Next time she'll go to Portugal. She'll go to
Yeah.
Greece. Who knows? Who knows?
Definitely Spain. Yes.
Spain.
Yes.
Okay, Spain.
I
Okay.
mean,
Let me know because I have a house there and I can do some cooking for you.
perfect.
Not meat. I'm sorry.
Perfect.
Okay. Seafood is fine. Fish for me.
Lovely.
Whatever. Let me know.
I'm
But if you
I'm
come
planning
to
that right when we finish this, just so I can eat your food.
if you come to Jersey, this time I'll go and see her. You
Awesome.
know,
Well,
last
so
time
stay tuned.
it was hard for me to see her if I don't know who she was. You know, I will only maybe if I show up to see somebody else and I see her. Who knows? But this time I want to see her play, and I'll be in the back. I don't. She doesn't have to see me. You know, because I'm very embarrassed myself. Here it's okay. I'm an introvert. I'm not an extrovert like she is. You know, I go to school. I used to go to school and sit in the back. You know.
Already.
Yeah,
Because you didn't want to pay attention, not because you.
that's why I was so bad in school. You know, because I wasn't paying that much attention to the people. You know.
That's it.
You know. The priest will hit me sometimes, slap me in the face. You know what I'm talking about. That's why I don't like religion much. Anyway, but that's a different story. You know.
Yeah.
So, what can we say? I just telling you, I really appreciate her because she's still online. She hasn't left. You know, that means she's a nice person. So I wish her all the best in Europe. She has everything ready to go. She's gonna be playing her new album, Drama, and maybe some other songs from the previous albums. Who knows what she has? She has everything set up. You know, it's not like, oh, what am I gonna do today? No, she knows what she's gonna do every day. So if you're in Europe, go and see her. Tell her that I sent you there. So have fun. And she's gonna be playing some shows with FLA, Frontline Assembly, some of the shows. And what can I say? Drama is a great album, okay? It is. I've been listening to, she's driving me nuts this week. I've been listening to this album so many times. You know, I have the time to listen, but I couldn't listen to any other artists. I had to listen to her. She's keeping me busy, you know?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You know, I'm a little nuts. Everybody, all my friends know who I am. You know, I'm a little crazy. I enjoy making music. You know, listening, talking to artists, and listening to good music. And she's making great music. She has a great performer. She's a great performer. Live shows. Go and see the YouTube. See all those videos. There's so many videos. You spend hours and hours watching her videos. You know, listen to her albums. Buy her stuff. You know. That's it. That's what else can I say? And buy a dog also. You know, if you don't have any animals, buy a nice
Adopt.
dog.
I would say adopt.
Adopt. Don't pay $5,000 or $6,000 for a cat for a dog.
Adopt the one that needs home.
No need.
Yeah.
No need to that.
No
Don't
need.
do that. Don't do that. You know. So, what else can I say? I thank you very much. I really enjoy talking to you. I wish we had more time, but usually I go crazy and I spend a lot of times talking about meaningful things that have no meaning. So it's sad. It's sad. But
It's been so much fun. Thank you so much for having
yeah.
me. I mean,
Next
I'm laughing.
time.
My face hurts from laughing.
Oh, I love her so much, and I don't know who she is yet. You know, so I hope to talk to her sometimes in the future if she wants to talk to me. I'll, you know, see what she has next and she tell me about the European tours and everything else that she has. Maybe she adopted a giraffe. Who knows? She will go ahead. So so I really appreciate it, guys. It was fun talking to her. You know, you don't pay attention to me, just pay attention to what she said. She said, you know. So we'll see you again next week. And it was fun. Thank you, Anya. Have fun in Europe. Enjoy
Thank
it.
you so much.
Take care. Thank you.
Thank you.